Okay, restart that. Yeah. So I mean, the only couple of systems we have right now are in the Nebraska, South Dakota, and North Dakota. But other than that, I don't see any systems that are going to do any major things other than maybe a Texas storm. But we're not going to have storms for at least a couple of weeks. I would say. I would not a couple of weeks. I would at least say a couple of days. I would at least say maybe 2 to 3 days. Maybe give it 4. But other than that, I would say wait and see. Those systems right now, I don't know the exact track on them, but they will eventually get bigger. So right now they're in the Kansas, Oklahoma, in the Fort Worth and Dallas, Fort Worth, near Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas. Eventually, I can't say exact cities, but name I can. But there's trying to 130 warnings right now, alerts right now in most of the U.S., including heat alerts, dangerous heat in some places. Someplace dangerous heat. These heat advisories, the heat index was well over 100 in some spots, and probably Arizona, probably um, up there in just in lower California as well in some spots. We got a first, we got a hurricane right now heading. No, okay, take 2. Oh, I'm gonna take that. So storms in the U.S. right now. The only couple storms that I would be concerned about right now in the U.S. would be the storms over in like Omaha and Oklahoma and Dallas, then like the Fort Worth near the Dallas Metroplex, but not quite in the Dallas Metroplex. Other than those kind of storms, we don't have storms other than maybe parts of Canada. So other than that, parts of Canada have storms right now. Other than the Canada, the Texas and parts of Nebraska, we don't have any storms to talk about. The heat, for instance, I'm gonna talk about in the short term and then the long term. Come on, let's put this left side. First in the short term, sorry, that was my bad. Temperatures out west right now. These temperatures are in the at least the lower 90s right now. Temperatures and most of lower part of California are exceeding 90 degrees. Probably real feels well over 100 right now. So this heat could be very, I mean, treacherous. So I would say be careful and just drink plenty of water too. In the east, that's a big contrast. Probably about 20 to 30 degrees cooler. In the northeast, it's only 75 degrees right now. 75 to maybe, maybe 74, maybe the upper, maybe the lower upper 60s in some spots. Right now in most of the Midwest, it's like 74 degrees, maybe 75 right now in early morning. So that's a little lower than usual. Usually right now we're probably in maybe the low 80s, maybe upper 80s. But it's untypically cold front came through with the storm that luckily didn't do much damage or anything, but it did just wreaked havoc on a bunch of like cool weather. A couple of the last few nights there have been nights within the last few nights have been 40 degrees, 50 degrees. How about lower 60s? Some of the records have been almost eclipsed. But I can tell you the heat wave records, they've been pretty darn close to breaking records. Pretty darn close. So I can tell you this summer, it's probably been one of the hottest summers in a long time. So that's what it looks like right now. At this hour. Later on in the day, it's only going to rise to maybe the high I think in today in most of the Great Lake State will probably be in the maybe the low 80s. Maybe 83, 84, give or take a little bit of a temperature like measurement, but I think It's not going to get much warmer than that. That's not going to come until later in the week, maybe like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, before we get into upper 80s to near 90. So I think, give or take your temperatures right now, it's cooler than usual. 10 to 15 degrees cooler, 15 to 20 degrees cooler in some spots, or more. By 1 p.m., temperatures will only rise. Some of the temperatures in the state of, in the states surrounding the Great Lakes, are only be in the upper 70s. By the time we hit by the time we hit 2 p.m., temperatures will only be 83 degrees. So they're going to steadily climb. They're not going to just skyrocket like that. They're going to steadily climb. And by about 3 or 4 p.m., I think this one is about 3 p.m. 3 p.m. is only going to be 82, maybe 83, 81, 84. If we're lucky, maybe we would make it to 85 today. I'm thinking the high is going to be from 81 in some spots to upward to 85. We won't hit 90. I can tell you that. We're not hitting 90 today. We're even lucky. I think maybe we'll hit 80 even. Because right now it's 11:22 a.m. So we'd have to make it there within the next 4 hours.